Hi everyone, welcome back to Irish Footy Vlogs. Match reaction to Montenegro 2, Republic of Ireland 1. So obviously this was away from home and I think there was about 500 fans in it. Not the results that we're going to want to see. There was a good bit of talking points in this game. So overall, you know, there was 3 changes made from the last time the under-21s played. The front 3, I believe, was different. Young Evan Ferguson played up front. He was only 16. He's turning 17 next week. And yeah, there's a good few League of Ireland players involved. So obviously Brian Maher starting goals, Ross Tierney, you know, central midfield. You know, you had the likes of Dawson Devine in the bench. So overall, anyway, it's, you know, starting off, Ireland in the first few minutes looked very bright. Like, they're on the front foot. They were really high up the pitch. They were making attacking moves down the wings, down the middle of the pitch. They were putting Montenegro under pressure, and then out of nowhere, Montenegro got the ball and it's hit it up long, and out comes Brian Maher. You know, he made a decision to go, and he had to keep going, and player took it around him and back in the neck. You know, we're 1-0 down really early on, and it's just not ideal. You know, it's just the last thing you want to happen. Like, you know, to be going 1 down that soon in the game, like. And then I just thought the 2 centre backs, like, you know, McGuinness, I think they had, you know, they didn't really have the best of games now, to be fair. Obviously, McGuinness got the goal, like, but for the second goal, then a 1-2 was played between them, and Montenegro got in and is punished, and they got their second goal. And, you know, it's fine margins like that, you know, and that kind of defines games, and players just switching off, losing their man and losing the player, leaving space. I thought there was a lot of that in this game, and that's just not what you want to see, you know. And it's hard to make a step up from 121 level to that when you're making mistakes like that. Granted, obviously it happens in senior level too, but that's just not ideal. And, you know, there's a lot of players, you know, this team was actually experienced enough. Like, you know, they had Lee O'Connor right back, they had Bagel left back. You know, he's on Cardiff, you know, he's in the championship. I think he played something like 9 games this season for them already. Like, that's a lot. And you have other players like Coventry, which I thought was one of our better players. You know, he's with Peterborough. He played central midfield. He did what he did best. He got the ball. He kept it simple. He played it long when it was on. He played it short. He held possession well. And Will Ferry played on the wing, and he switched wings. You know, early enough into the game, and I just thought he made a world of difference when he switched wings. I think he did so much better when he switched. You know, then Ireland was like 2 down, and you know, it's hard to get back into the game. You're 2 down. Like, it's easy to drop the head and just say we're down, we're bet. But you know, they got back up and they kept trying. The goalie went long a good bit, I thought, and McGuinness got caught out of position a few times when the ball was gone along, because Montenegro were coming back with it, or if he tried to play out, whenever he did try and play out, which wasn't too often, we just looked a bit shaky and it just looked a bit dodgy with it. Ross Tierney didn't get, you know, involved too much in the game. I thought he was kind of left out a little bit. You know, he was doing his best, obviously. You know, he was kind of getting up and down the pitch as best as he could. And Evan Ferguson, I felt, was left isolated in the game a good bit. He had no service, little to none. Obviously, he's very big for his age. He's tall, he's strong for his age, only 16, like, but came off in about the 60th minute. He didn't look too happy coming off. I don't blame him. Obviously, JJ came on then, and he actually made a very good impact in the game. He could have had a goal, and in my opinion, he should have had a penalty. Definitely watched that one back. You know, arms are all over him, and he went down to the ground as you would, and given the other way. Like, you know, that should have been a stonewall penalty for me anyway. I was very disappointed to see him not giving that. And obviously, Ross Tierney then, interestingly, got booked himself. Contact was made on him, and he went down. He got booked, nothing was given. Obviously, a free out was given for them. But I'll let you judge that one for yourself. It didn't look like a yellow card to me, and the question mark was over if it was a penalty. I don't think I would have given it as a penalty. It was very soft, but, you know, if there's contact there, go down by all means. Like, you know, I think you should. And Ross Tierney did win a good lot of free kicks in the game for Ireland when he could, and obviously that's his strength. That's something that he's very good at doing. And Lee O'Connor, he got up and down the pitch in the wing as best he could, and Bagel and the other side got up and down as well, when he could as well. So, you know, we had width and we had depth, but we didn't have a lot of flair going on at the pitch. And something interesting that was said in the studio at the end of the game, I think Lisa Fallon said it in the studio. They're like, Montenegro was fouling Ireland in places in the pitch where they're unlikely to get booked and we're unlikely to do anything from it, which was very smart and something very true I thought they were doing. They were slowing the game down. They were on the front foot. Then we were actually late on into the game, 83rd minute. We actually did get a penalty. Contact was made and we were given it. And then up steps Coventry, who I would have backed to slot at home. It wasn't the best stroke penalty in the world. The keeper saved it, pushed it onto the post and caught it. It was a good save by the keeper. Montenegro, by all means, did very well in this game. I thought there definitely weren't a pushover whatsoever. They kept it on the ground, they kept it simple, they played to their strengths and exploited our weaknesses, and they caught us out. Obviously the mistakes is what caused us, but JJ could have had a goal when he came on. He should have got a penalty, and if Coventry had scored that penalty, we could be talking about something completely different here, but we're not. It is what it is, and that's where we're at. In terms of players stepping up, from what I've seen, no one really, to me, seemed good enough anyway to step up to the seniors. Maybe Coventry, I thought he had actually a very good game, and Will Ferry had a good game. Kilkenny played in this too, by all means he did very good too, but as the standouts, I don't think any of them are ready just yet, but Coventry obviously did show glimpses of what he can do, and I definitely think he's going to be one out of this group of players that'll go on very soon and play for the seniors, and I hope he does. These players are playing at a very good level, a championship level, some of these are playing at, and in the seniors, we've got players in League One in England playing for us. So, it's showing the level that they're at, and obviously they're good players. And then likes of Colin Whelan, he came on, he's, 17 goals a season with UCD in Division 1, and he came on, he tried to make impact as best he could. He hadn't got an awful lot of time to do it, but, he ran the challenge, he pressed from their front, did what he expected to do. The game was pretty okay all round. I don't think we made an awful lot of chances in the game. I do think we could have done better. But that was the game anyway. Let me know what you think below. And if you watched it, what players stuck out for you. Let me know what you think of Coventry. How did you think he did? And obviously Will Ferry as well. And look, it was great to see a few League of Ireland players involved in it as well. And come on, you boys in green. And it's up to the seniors now tonight to get results in Dublin against Qatar. Thanks everyone. Olé, 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 olé.